action. Impress me, they watch it, but I don't know what to do. Now you come into my life, but you walking out the door, and I'm like, oh na na, oh na na no, I'm like, oh na na no, you are the flower, and I am the babe, and you don't want no go wild, so come right with me.
Okay guys, we're doing this. Insiders. Guys, so I've needed to film this video for a very long time, but I've been avoiding it because I don't know, we don't really do sit-down videos. Sorry, with the clouds on here. I know we don't really do sit-down videos, and we usually just vlog. But I feel like this needed to be a sit-down video. And as you can see from the title of the video, what we're gonna be talking about. And because it's a sit-down video, I didn't want to come looking any and anyhow. Not to say that I look my best right now, but at least I look like how others feel. So anyways, I went to go and take my passport picture this morning because my British passport has expired, so I need to renew that. And I went to go change my last name for my driver's license so I can have an official driver's license with my official last name, or official ID, not a driver's license, an official ID with my official last name. Anyway, this is not what this video is about. So this video is about my first trimester symptoms. Right now, I'm out of breath. Sorry if I could hear it. Right now, I am in my 3rd trimester, and the reason why I didn't film this video while I was in my 1st trimester is because while I was going through it, I don't think I was in the right mental space to be speaking to anybody about anything. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Number one, everything been new to me, and number two, I was having a really hard time with my pregnancy, physically and mentally and emotionally. Spiritually, I think I was okay. But anyways, yeah, pregnancy was the ghetto and still is the ghetto, but I want to start off, before I go into my symptoms and explain all of those things to you guys. I want to start off by prefacing this video and adopting the protocol that has already been established by saying I am not a medical professional. I am not a medical professional. I am also aware of how blessed I am to be able to carry a child, to get pregnant, and to do this naturally and without any help scientifically or whatever. I'm aware that I am blessed, okay? But I'm also aware that two things can be true at the same time. And so I know that I am blessed, and I'm happy that I'm able to conceive and have a baby and all of these things and get to the point that I am right now, because a lot of people don't get to this point. So I am very grateful to God for that. But I also know that it wasn't easy, and I'm not going to come here and sugarcoat it for you guys. And I also feel as though I was bamboozled a little bit. I feel like I was bamboozled a little bit. I feel like nobody actually told me the truth. And I feel like a lot of the videos that I watched on YouTube, when I would ask people, they would be like, oh, you're gonna see. oh, this happened, or oh, that happened, but like they ain't telling you like the nitty gritty, or they ain't going into it and letting you know this is what happened, how it happened, these are our symptoms I experienced, blah blah blah. I also want to preface it and say that I am aware I have acid reflux, so I have Belgian, so all that. I also want to preface it and say that I'm also aware of the fact that I'm not a normal case. And when I say I'm normal, that is subjective because everybody's pregnancy is different, but I am aware that I am not the typical pregnancy. Because a lot of people, when I speak to other people, they're just like, oh, this is only what happened to me. I only had this, or I only had that, when me had all that. Me had everything. Okay? Everything that God make, He give me. He give them to me. So, I started realizing, like, coming into my second trimester, that me and special case, and so I can't really relate to a lot of people. So anyway, I made notes. I made notes in my phone while I was going through it. I used to jot down every time I would experience a new symptom. I would drop it down because I always knew that I wanted to make this video. I just knew that I was not in the mental space to make the video. Okay. So, first things first. When I found out I was pregnant, I wouldn't say that I was trying to get pregnant, but I also was not trying not to get pregnant. If everybody who's watching this video should be grown, and so I got married, and so I stopped using, contraceptive, and so these things happen. Well, I stopped using contraceptive like a little bit months down because maybe now it's in my head like, I'm not getting pregnant, you're not gonna breed me. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Yeah. Anyways, so when I found out I was pregnant, I was not overly emotional. I was not overly ecstatic. I was kind of like, I was like even keel. I wouldn't say, I bounce off the walls. Just like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. I need to tell everybody. Like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. I can't believe it. Like, some people that cry and stuff. That wasn't me. I was just like, shit. Cool. I'm pregnant. Good to know. And then I kind of just moved in that way. I feel like I kind of also didn't want to hype myself up because I'm an overthinker, and so in overthinking I ended up trying to psych myself out, if that makes any sense. Like, I did not allow myself to get overly happy or overly attached to the little ball of cells that was growing in my stomach because I was afraid. I was definitely afraid that I would have a miscarriage or I would lose the baby, and so I figured if I didn't allow myself to form an attachment, I would not end up feeling as bad if I lost the baby. You know what I mean? I tried to stay as realistic in my brain as possible, and I know that could be a touchy topic for some people and you might view it differently, but this is just my story. So that's what I did. Probably now looking back, I don't feel bad that I did that. Maybe it wasn't the best way to handle it, but I don't feel bad that I did that. I'm okay with with the fact that that's how I handled it. I found out that I was pregnant about 5 weeks, maybe 4.5, but I definitely 5 weeks pregnant. And then when the vlog that you see when I went to Burnaby, St. Martin, I was 6 weeks pregnant in that vlog. So that's why y'all ain't get a lot of footage as well, because that's when the morning sickness was starting to kick in and start to kick me ass, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. But nobody knew. Like, I had to tell a couple of people so that they don't ask me why you're not drinking, but other than that, people didn't know I was pregnant. And I wasn't really sharing with people that I was pregnant after that fact, because after that morning sickness kicked in and that nausea really started taking over and all the other symptoms that I'm going to discuss started taking over, I was not interested in being pregnant. Okay? Trust me. The thought crossed my mind multiple times, and as I said, this might not be what somebody want to hear, but this is the real, and I'm gonna tell you the real. The thought crossed my mind. I was just like, do I want to go through with this? Is it too late to turn back? Because let me tell you something. That ain't no easy shit, okay? You feel like shit. And it's not only the nausea, it's everything combined, like everything together, you feel like shit. And so I was just like, I don't know if I can do this, because I was still working, guys. I was still working at MSR, still doing the movie business, and while doing the movie business, I'm working 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. You understand? While going through all of this. And I stopped working when I was 12 weeks. No. Christmas Day, I was 13 weeks, I think. So, yeah, I stopped working 12 weeks. And I had to push through all of that. But let's get into the symptoms, because I've been talking. Sorry. Acid reflux. Yes. All of that. Y'all won't hear about it. So, I had extreme nausea. Like, me and the toilet, there was besties. Every time it got so bad that I would vomit after everything I eat. So like, I would eat breakfast, vomit that up, eat lunch, vomit that up, eat dinner, vomit that up. It just became something that I was used to, like vomiting. And me, we went together real bad. Like and the thing is, I wasn't vomiting up actual food. So I would get to the point where I would get to digestion and I would digest the food, and then I would vomit up after. So then majority of the time I was vomiting bile. Bile, spit, slime, clear stuff. That's all I was vomiting. And it got so bad and so aggressive, I guess, with the vomiting, because I was just heaving all the time, that that one time I vomited blood. It wasn't a lot, it was like streaks of blood, maybe like 5 streaks of blood went into the toilet, and I took a picture and I sent it to my medic. My medic knows who she is. I sent it to my medic and I was just like, girl, look at it. What is happening? And she was just like, I think you're just, your body is the trauma of the constant vomiting. Yeah, your body is reacting to it, and you probably spraying some kind of something in there, what caused it to bleed or whatever. Then comes the heartburn. My chest plate upon me. Lord, my chest plate been upon me. It's still upon me. The heartburn never goes away. Well, it never went away from me. Heartburn from morning. Acid reflux, belly bun, heartburn, everything I burn. And then it's like you eat anything with any extra acid in it, it go down and it start do all of that, and then it come up here, and then you have to start burn you. And then because I had nausea along with that, when me take things like Tums and Pepto-Bismol and Deca and all them stuff there, where everybody always recommend the little white liquid and all them stuff there, that shit didn't work for me because I was nauseous. So I would take them and then I'm gonna vomit them back up. So it's like they didn't even have time to do their job, because it just came back up. So it's like at that point I just have to tough it out, because taking medication for like the solution that people were giving me was making another problem with the nausea. So it just didn't make any sense. I had scent aversion. The smells are so loud. The smells are so loud. Oh my God, all I know, me still traumatized. Everything me just stink. Things that me used to love, me could not stand the smell of. Me could not stand the smell of Demon. I bought Demon cologne and Demon couldn't wear them. And that used to really mess with his brain, because he me just like, how you know why me? How you know why me wear the cologne and you buy on me? Me buy them on colognes and them on couldn't wear them because they've been stink like bad. I hated the smell of them on in general. His skin, I hated the smell of him. And he has smelled like his body smelled the same from since we feel like from since middle high school. And we just could not stand the smell of them on. It was ridiculous. I hated the smell of everything. But let me give you a peculiar one. You know what I could smell? Because I could smell everything, eh? I could smell everything. You know what I could smell? Carbon dioxide. I could smell carbon dioxide. I ever smell carbon dioxide? Because now I can't smell oxygen, so I think I ever smell carbon dioxide. I want to know how I knew I was smelling carbon dioxide, because I would smell people's breath, right? And it's not that they had bad breath, it's not that them breath been hot. It was everybody breath had the same smell. And you know, everybody does give off carbon dioxide. So we could smell the carbon dioxide and it was offending me. So I would be talking to people and it's like I got to hold my breath while me talk to them. And I don't know if I was making anybody feel anyways, because a lot of people who me not talk to know that me pregnant, so me like maybe not make anybody feel anyways. But the smell of carbon dioxide been a kill me. It been a kill everything been just stink. If me got to sit down and list with all the things them what been smell terrible, we ain't gonna leave. I had thought aversion. I could think of something and vomit. Just think of it. Me not smell nothing, me not eat nothing. I just had to think about something and vomit. In the beginning of my pregnancy, in the early weeks of my pregnancy, and when I say early, I mean like 5 weeks, 6 weeks. I was eating a lot of level up. And who in Nevis know, level up food, bam. I was eating a lot of level up because level up was catering for where I worked. So every day, me eat level up food. And in the beginning, me been a eat a lot. I was going in every day. Salmon, curry goat, oxtail, chicken, maybe I go in and Teresa clean she plate and I go back for more. After that, every time I think about level up more and vomit. Every time now, like later down in my pregnancy, thinking about level up make me want to vomit. I feel bad. Gavin me feel bad. If you see this, I feel bad. Because when she found out I was pregnant, she was just like, yeah, eat a lot, the baby gonna love level up. And it did, but now it don't. I can't think about level up. It make me nauseous. Same thing with Queen City. Queen City, I ate there once. And Queen City, just the thought of Queen City. One bit I meet at Queen City, you know? And the thought of Queen City don't make me nauseous. Just the thought. Me not understand. I had mood swings. Yeah, as every pregnant woman does have mood swings. But like, I would get angry for no reason. I would bawl my eyes out for no reason. And like, it's like, oh, what's wrong with you? I don't know. Just a bawl. Things that would regularly be like, oh, that, okay, whatever. Things that would regularly be normal, easy for me to deal with. Teresa go on like the whole of cave in. What else? I was super emotional, yeah. Cravings. Craved. And it's like when you have cravings, you have specific cravings. Very specific. And my cravings would come to me in dreams. I would have dreams about food and I'd wake up and I'd be like, I need that now. I need that exact thing right now. And also things that you liked before, like loved, you hate. So like maybe love goat water, like any Saturday you want to come buy me something, buy me goat water. Goat water, my thing. No, goat water and me, nah friend, me can't even stand to smell goat water. I was having very crazy, intense dreams. Very crazy. Like wake up out of my sleep a ball, crazy, intense dreams, and then I make no sense. Then I make no kind of logical sense, and like most of the time in the dream, me know that me a dream. So me can me know it make no sense. So me know this can be happening in real life, so that me know me a dream. But then at the same time, pregnancy thirst, and look at that. I don't want to show it as well. Another thing, this is no promotion to Berger or whatever, but another thing, me gotta drink ice cold water. So thermals, my thing, they gotta be ice cold. Lukewarm, no lukewarm me. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Moving on. What be there? I have been at about. That's another thing. Pregnancy brain would make you feel like an idiot. You can't remember nothing. You can't remember words. You can't remember what you've been talking about. You can't speak in a proper conversation. And you know exactly what you want to say, but the words just not come to you. You feel like an idiot half of the time. And because if you're somebody like me whose belly did not pop, my belly still small, but at least it pop. But if you're like me whose belly did not pop very early, it's like you feel like people think you're stupid because they are watching and just like, oh, the girl, they just don't know what she talk about. When meanwhile, me pregnant and me can't even remember what me talk about half the time. Anyways, yeah, the dreams have been crazy. Me can't remember what me talk about. Spitting. I hated it. I hated spitting because I could not stand the smell of spit. So I would spit in a cup, and then when I have to bring the cup to my mouth to spit and I smell it, I get nauseous and then I vomit. The spitting, after a while, I just started swallowing it. I mean that when anybody who has been pregnant know how hard it is to swallow the amount of spit there when you be in your mouth, because it's a lot of spit and it don't taste good. So it's like you want to get it out of your mouth so that you could feel comfortable. But me could not do this spitting in a cup business all the time, no. So me just used to spit them out. Me just used to swallow them after a while. I was done. I got myself some solo cups, some red cups, some blue cups, so nobody could see me spit. But I still couldn't. Yeah. Temperature sensitive. I was extra cold, extra hot. Other people would be hot, me would be cold. Other people would be cold, me would be hot. I was very temperature sensitive. I was having muscle spasms. I would just do that. And me not tell my brain do it. My hand won't just do that. And my foot won't just, muscle spasms, and not just your muscles. Like I would fling in my hand without me telling me hand to fling. Like me, I was hitting people. Like I walk. Yeah, and time me hit Doval. I walk, and me not be mean to hit Doval. I wasn't meaning to hit anybody. My hand just did that, and Doval stopped and watched me like, what is wrong with you? And I was just like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, I was twitching. No, this was the one that sorry, I'm arming a lot because the pregnancy brain has started to slip me. This was the one that really started to get serious because nobody knew what it was. Nobody knew what the twitching was. Nobody knew what was causing it. And when I said nobody, I don't mean just talking to people, I mean doctors. Didn't know what was causing it. They had never heard about it before or seen it happen to anybody before. It was getting so bad they wanted to recommend me to a neurologist. It's just that the neurologist only comes on island, like I think it's every other month or every 2 months or every 3 months or something like that. He's not here all the time. So I would have had to wait until he came to go and see him, and I really didn't want to go to the neurologist because it was the same thing with the detachment from the pregnancy thing. I didn't want to acknowledge that something was wrong or that something was happening because then I have something new to panic about. So I didn't want to acknowledge the fact that what if they found a tumor in my brain, or like something be wrong with the baby. I just didn't want to know. So I really didn't want to go to the neurologist, but everybody was telling me that I had to go. My doctor was telling me that she's going to recommend me to one if it doesn't stop within a certain time. The good thing about it though is that it was happening since maybe 8 weeks or so. When I was 8 weeks pregnant. But the good thing about it is that the intense part about it stopped after Christmas, and the neurologist wasn't gonna come back on island until after Christmas. So when it started slowing down, then I didn't have to go to the neurologist anymore. It still happens from time to time, but now more so it happens, I think, when my body is overloaded. So like if I'm tired, or if I'm really hungry, or if I'm really cold, or if I'm really hot, then I start the twitching again. And let me give you an example of what the twitching look like. You'll just be like, and I would just be like that. I'm gonna have to stop this clip and start again. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, the twitching and the muscle spasms went together hand in hand. And the twitching wouldn't make people very scared, because it's like I would twitch out of nowhere. I would just be like literally damn me all day. And so imagine you're sitting next to somebody and then just like so, and you just and this is somebody who you know. Somebody who you never see go on, and you just there watch them like, what the hell is wrong with you? So yeah, they wanted me to go to a neurologist. I literally the doctors and the medics on set and stuff, my girls, I love them. Like, I actually love them. Because they used to sit down there and listen to me telling them all my random symptoms, and then they used to really make me feel like I'm not going crazy. But anyways, sorry, my brain go off. Anyways, they went into medical journals and all, trying to figure out where this twitching is, where is it coming from, if anybody else has experienced it. At one point I thought I had a vitamin B deficiency, and that was causing me twitching, so I started taking vitamin B, because that's what Google told me. And then my OB told me to stop taking vitamin B because it's not good for the baby. So I stopped taking it, and to be honest, I was taking it for a week and it didn't do anything. I think I was pissing out like most of the vitamin B I was taking, because I don't think my body needed it, because I didn't have the deficiency. So yeah, there was that. Extreme, let's move on. I had extreme, like I was extremely exhausted. Like, I'm somebody who has problems sleeping. And not like major problems. I get a good 5-6 hours at night, but like me would get insomnia and just stay up all night. And it's not bad enough that it bothers me or it interrupts my day or anything like that. It's just that I just don't sleep. Like, my body does take as much sleep as it needs, and then the rest of the time we just up. And my brain I go lock us up. So then I stay up thinking about whatever my brain thinks it needs to be thinking about, trying to solve all the world's problems. I don't know. But your bitch was getting a 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours of sleep. How much ever hours I could do, I was getting, because I was exhausted. Like, me and Dad walk pan set asleep. Sorry to whoever may work with who hear this. But I was at work sleeping. I have a phone call coming in. Hold on. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, me and Dad walk asleep, and sorry for whoever sees this. But like, we were on set and we would be sitting somewhere, and we gonna go towel over my head because the place been just very hot. We gonna towel over my head, and what's I doing? And me just walk asleep. Dropping asleep, I walk me. Terrors. I don't do that, but that's what I was doing. Because I was exhausted. So then also I didn't like eating. I hated eating because of the nausea. It was I guess I was traumatized because everything I would eat, I would vomit up. So I became traumatized by eating. So I wouldn't eat. and I would eat because I have to, because if you don't eat you end up getting nauseous. So I would eat because I have to, but I didn't eat a lot. No. Eating and me, no, we weren't friends. I became traumatized by eating. Yeah, you also get a lot of cramps in your vagina. I used to have period cramps in my vagina. My period cramps would not go in my belly, they would go in my vagina. So that continued. So in the beginning, you kind of feel like you pan your period, but no blood come. So you feel like your period come, and no blood would come. If you're somebody who regularly got cramps, yeah, you would feel like your period come. I would also get lightning crotch. Lightning crotch for me is when you get sharp pains will just come shoot up in your vagina. Just like very sharp pains shooting up into your vagina. Yeah, you feel alright, you feel good, and then up in you and sharp pain will shoot up in your vagina. Okay. So that was most of my first trimester symptoms. A majority of them got better, a majority of them went away. Like in terms of where I'm at now, because right now I'm 31 weeks pregnant. But sorry. Somebody that's at home. Okay, that's somebody calling the book of Airbnb. Don't know why I told y'all that. That's none of y'all business, but whatever. Anyways, back to what I was saying, because I can't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? I don't remember. Pregnancy brain. I don't remember. But what I do want to say is this. As I said in the beginning of this video, one of the reasons why I did not share my pregnancy very early, and when I used to watch people's YouTube videos, like when they would announce that they're pregnant, you know, the first trimester rule, or don't tell anybody that you're pregnant until after the 13th week, don't tell anybody that you're pregnant until the first trimester is over, because then the chances of miscarriage goes down and blah 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 blah. When I used to think about that rule, I used to just be like, oh, me not do that then. Me gonna just say that me pregnant and me lose my baby. It's a part of life, it's something that I would have to deal with, and that kind of vibe. So that was me. And then because I was having such a rough time, and when I say a rough time, I mean like with the nausea, like I would just lie down all day, like me couldn't move. I would just lie down, vomit, go back and lie down, vomit, go back and lie down, vomit. That was my life, and I was very, very, very miserable. And so I wasn't excited or ecstatic like I told you guys in the beginning. And so sharing pregnancy news, everybody gets happy for you. Everybody gets excited. Everybody wants to talk about it. And because of that, it made me not want to tell people. And I know that that offended a lot of people. And I feel bad about the fact that people feel bad about it, but I don't feel bad about the way how I went about it, because I had to do what I had to do to protect my own self and my own sanity. Yeah, so I feel bad that they felt bad, but I didn't feel bad that I did it, because let me tell y'all something. When you're going through pregnancy, you feel very alone, and no matter if you share it early or you share it late, you feel alone. No matter if somebody has experienced one of your symptoms or all of your symptoms, you feel alone. It's a very lonely mental state, because at the end of the day, nobody else knows how you feel but you. And so no matter what you tell people, they're gonna be like, oh, that ain't been happened to me. Oh, I'm gonna experience that. Oh, I did experience that, but not like I saw, not because everybody's pregnancy is different. So it became very emotional for me to tell people, because I didn't want to share in the excitement, because I was not excited in the moment. And I know, as I said, I know that's a touchy subject for a lot of people, because they feel like it's a blessing and all of these kind of stuff, and so they feel like people are supposed to be happy and blah 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 blah. But I wasn't happy. And not not happy in terms of not happy that I'm pregnant, because I was happy that I was pregnant, and I was happy because this is something that I've always wanted and I always wondered if my body could do. But I also, sharing it with people would mean that I have to share in their joy in that moment, and I have to talk to them about my pregnancy in that moment, and I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't. So I didn't share it with family members very early, and I didn't share it with friends very early, and I know that hurt some people's feelings. But looking back at it, I just was not in the mental state to talk to people. I wasn't, because I feel like if I were to talk to people in that mental state, it would be very negative. Somebody here?
Yeah.
Oh, me I talk to the camera.
Impress me, they watch it, but I don't know what to do.